Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing my product review and overall installation video for the Corsair H115I all-in-one liquid cooler. This is a new 280mm water cooling unit. It's all Newegg right now for $130 US. Included in the box, of course, is your starter guide user manual. Excellent pictures as always from Corsair, very detailed. Apart from that, you have your two 140mm fans. These also have some pretty long power cables on them to easily route behind your motherboard or in the back side of your case. There's the AMD and Intel mounting hardware, and there is the 280mm radiator and pump combination. As you can see in my hand there for comparison of size, nice braided cable. And there's your actual pump unit with RGB lighting and of course pre-applied thermal paste. Now to start, we're going to go ahead and remove our old CPU heatsink and fan. For the stock CPU heatsink and fan, you're just going to twist counterclockwise on all four of the posts. Once you've done that, you're going to pull up on them, and once you hear a click on all of them or just feel it come loose, then you can pick the entire heatsink up. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the old thermal paste from our CPU. To do this, I'm using a coffee filter because I don't have any isopropyl alcohol and just had to use that. Now, I forgot to show me installing the back plate. If you're installing it for Intel, there is a black back plate you just push on behind your motherboard, and that's what the actual standoffs I'm holding here screw into. It's the same for pretty much any all-in-one cooler, so if you need to go to another video for that, or I can just leave a picture on screen somewhere. Once you have all four of your standoffs installed, next you're going to grab both of your 140mm fans and decide which way you want to orientate them. For me, I want the braided tubes to come off from the front of my case and bend in towards the back. So for that, I'm going to have the fans pointed so that the wires from them to plug into the headers are facing towards the back of my case. This will make sense here in a bit when we actually mount the radiator. You'll see why I pointed the cables this way. So now once you've got your fans installed, you can go ahead and mount the radiator to the top or side of your case, however you're actually mounting it. You're going to use the smallest screws and washers that's included. Also be sure not to over tighten these screws, as the radiator is aluminum and you can end up stripping. Now that all that's done, the only things left to do is to actually mount the pump in place and then get everything cable managed and hooked up. So at this point, go ahead and pull off the plastic cover that's covering your block. You kind of have to manhandle this into position, and then once it's on there, you're just going to grab the 4 thumb nuts that's included and start tightening it down. I'd suggest just going from one corner to the opposite corner. Helps distribute the pressure evenly. Now the only thing left to do is to wire everything up. This is possibly the easiest yet the most difficult part at the same time. If you don't care about looks, just throw everything together and there you go. But if you want the system to look good, you're going to have to spend a little bit of time and decide how you're going to get everything managed neatly. First off, we have our fan header that goes to the motherboard. After that, you've got your SATA, however you want to say it, connector. go ahead and find a way to route that to the back of your case and plug that in. It didn't show me actually plugging it into a SATA connector. I figure that's kind of self-explanatory, but you see here I'm just routing it through one of the notches in my case. Now you can take the cable and go ahead and put your fans into it. The fan splitter that's built into the pump. Now you do have quite a bit left over here, so just get everything once you've connected it and tuck it away somewhere to where it's not going to be seen. And now for the final piece. The actual part that connects to your USB header that sends the information for Corsair Link. This one's a little tricky to get in there and make it look good. I think I did a decent job on mine. I'm gonna end up going back later and trying to figure out how I can organize it a little better. But as you can see here, I just plugged it in from the bottom and then ran it straight to the right into one of the grommets on my case, behind the case, and then to the bottom, right out from the power supply and up to a USB header.
I did the work that they don't do, so I could go do what they won't do. I became all that I told you. Wanna talk hustle, I'm also the flow. Packing my bags and I'm back to the coast. Been in a town, but I move like a ghost. These days I only keep real people close. See me lately? Then I appreciate you greatly. If you can't see what I've done.
And after that, you are done. The system is complete and looks pretty nice. Really changed the look of this PC and I'm pretty happy with it. Now all that's really left is to see how it performs. I'm going to quickly jump into Battlefield for a little bit, and then I'll be back to see how it actually performed and show you guys how to use the Corsair Link software. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to actually use the Corsair Link software. Now it's not included in the box with the H115I. You have to go on Corsair's website and download it. It is required for most of all the features to do with the all-in-one cooler, so, you know, love it or hate it, you kind of need the software. Now, once you install it, the default profile is going to be set to balanced. If you put it to performance, it's simply just going to turn up the pump speed to max, and the fan speed, it's going to give a larger fan curve. So you see at 20C it's at 40%. So it is louder, and I apologize if you hear it in the background running, but quite frankly, with the temperatures I'm getting, when I have the headset on and when I have my voice detection pushed up a little higher and stuff like TeamSpeak, I can't hear it. Nobody I'm playing with is going to hear it. So, you know, I'd rather have a little more noise for some better cooling. So, you know. You can actually go in and adjust all this stuff yourself, you know, just going in and manually adjusting it. But one thing I'm going to warn you about not to do, because this software, people have reported it as being completely filled with bugs. I've only ran into one issue with it so far, and it was a little annoying to fix. It has to do with the notifications. If you click on it, you can set the max value and then to shut off the PC after blank seconds. Do not, under any circumstances, use this, okay? It bugged mine out to where my computer instantly shut off the second it started. Like, I literally type my password in, computer comes up, and it says Windows is logging you off. So the max value I had at like 70C, because with it being water cooled I knew it shouldn't reach that, which it doesn't. When I was running Battlefield 4 on ultra settings for about 45 minutes earlier, averaging, you know, above 100 FPS, it actually reached a max of 45 Celsius. So this is cooling it really well. Granted, it's only an i5 4590. I've got the multiplier pushed up a little bit, so it's running overstock, but I can't really push it much more without, upgrading CPU since it's not a K model. But that's besides the point. The point is, do not use this at all. This point here is just bugged. So the way I fixed it, if you do for some reason decide to not trust me and do it yourself and it bugs it, you have to instantly, hopefully you're on an SSD. If not, you're just screwed and I don't know how to fix it. But if you're on an SSD and you boot really quick, you gotta hope that you get a really fast boot time, jump into your uninstall, and quickly uninstall the Corsair Link program and have it actually complete the uninstall before it actually kicks you off, which is, why I had to do it like 7 or 8 times before I successfully uninstalled it and reinstalled it. So, all in all, the Corsair H115I actually surpassed my expectations. It cools really well. As you see here, the idle temps, between the 20s and the very low 30s. And under full load with CPU maxed out 100% while I was on gaming. Well, it wasn't maxed out 100% then, and while I was rendering videos earlier, 100% maxed out for a good 20 plus minutes, and it didn't pass the 45 max mark that it had hit earlier. And you can see that if you, let's see, get off. You can see that if you click graphing. Yeah, earlier the max it hit on overall CPU package was 45. So, but yeah, that's gonna conclude my installation and overview. So, if you liked it, make sure to share, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, because I'll be making some more videos like this in the future. I do definitely plan on getting a better camera and mic, because my actual camera solution stand deal is kind of sad. It's not up to par with all the other big YouTubers. I apologize for that, but I don't have nearly the kind of money they do. So, also, if you disliked it, go ahead and leave a comment on that though. Let me know what I can improve on. I'm open to suggestions. And with that being said, have a good day. Peace.